Transboundary atmospheric pollution, or known as TAP, has become a major concern to countries all over the world. And transboundary air pollution is a pollution that originates from one country, but it could become damaging to another country environment, which it could be travel by crossing border through pathway like the water as well as the air. And this pollution could travel up to hundreds and even thousands kilometers away. The 1979 Convention on Long-Range Transboundary Air Pollution has been created in responding to transboundary air pollution issue. And this convention actually has members of Europe, North America, Russia, as well as the former East Bloc country. And the aims of this convention is to reduce the air transboundary pollutions, as well as to get a better understanding on the air pollution in regarding to science. And not just that, in ASEAN countries also there is an agreement that is known as ASEAN Transboundary Haze Pollution Agreements. This agreement is happening because, as we know that in ASEAN country, that the people in ASEAN country has been affected with the haze problem. And because of the merging of the air pollution issue, there is research that actually shows that millions of people has died because they has been exposed to the bad air quality. And even though that the bad air quality usually happen because of the local air quality, but the quality index of the local air quality could actually be a major affected because of from the outside sources like the transboundary air pollutions. Hence, there is no actually quick fix for the transboundary air pollutions. But then, in order for us to get a better understanding, we need to know what are the causes, the effect, as well as the solution that has been done as for now for this transboundary air pollution issue. There are three main causes that lead to transboundary air pollution in concerning to the world problem, as well as in the case study of Indonesia. So the first cause was actually the major problem, which is the energy use of transportations as well as aviations. This is because in the growing numbers of international shipping as well as globalized world, where they overuse the energy that created to the air pollutions. And the second one is actually natural causes, which is the forest burning. So this is actually happening a lot in one season countries or in a hot day. So in a hot days, the forest can be easily be burnt. So as for example, when people actually throw out their cigarette butts, and when people do open burning, it could actually spin out of control and spread to the protected forest area. And the third causes was actually the slash and burn palm oil technique, and this is actually used in Indonesia. So in this technique, some of the farmers use the technique to clear out their lands and to clear out their crop, because when they see there is affected in their crop, so they just burn it. But the major concern was actually the big corporation that used this technique to clear out the land, where they purposely burnt the forest because they want to plant oil palm plantations. This is because we know that Indonesia is the biggest producer of palm oil, and the demand is quite high, so they purposely burn the forest so they can plant the palm oil. This then relates to what is happening in 2019, where the haze happened in Southeast Asia countries, where it affected Malaysia as well as Singapore, where Malaysia and Singapore was forced to shut down the school because the air quality in that number is really worse. So that are the three causes that this is happening. So now we're going to take a look at the effects.
The effects of the air transboundary pollution is in the actual can be considered as one of the most serious issues that have been concerning all of the worldwide countries since the prior era. And lots of the impacts that have been tremendously produced by the air pollution are undeniable, have been extremely disturbed the human life activities. Started from the quality of the air circulation in the world, which gradually have been decreased day by day. The haze pollution and also the smoke are indirectly becoming the major problem, which immediately entitled to be properly settled by the government in the world. And when we are speaking about the effects of the air transboundary pollution, firstly, the health system of the human being itself is the one that cannot be included in this point. According to the World Health Organization, the haze and the pollution that have been resulted from the perpetration of unfriendly environments such as burning the trees or activity of deforestation that can trigger the culmination of the pit fire are automatically can make the haze and the pollution travel and cross the borderline of the countries into the other countries from the natural medium such as the wind and the water. And can be more dangerous as well in case the haze and the pollution which have been arrived in the neighboring country are stays for a certain period of time due to the movement of the wind, which are relatively difficult to be predicted, especially for a country which experience the drought season in a year. Consequently, the human being within the other living thing itself, such as animal, which will be the one that receive the huge negative detrimental effects in the context of the health system. And according to WHO, it is estimated that around 4.2 million of people has died every year due to the strokes, the lung cancer, the heart disease, and also the acute respiratory disease caused by the air transboundary pollution itself. Secondly, the effects of the air transboundary pollution is precisely strongly related to the environment itself. According to the BBC, Brazil is actually considered as the first top country that has been lost the huge arena of the forest from 2002 until 2021. And ironically, it is also followed by Indonesia in the second position and also the Republic of the Congo in the third position. And as we can see in these recent days, India is actually can be considered as the country as well that have been faced the worst air pollution in this 2021. As such, within a lot of scientific evidence that I have mentioned previously, it is undeniable that it can also harm the endangered animal species as well, as they have been lost their home in the wildlife. And thirdly, the effects of the air transboundary pollution is absolutely have been impacting to the regular activities as well. As can be observed, many of the public institutions have been shut down, such as the school, the college, the university, and the office. And the people that have a business to go outside also require to wear the mask in order to protect them for the air pollution. And ladies and gentlemen, after we gain a brief exposure regarding the effects of the air transboundary pollution, it is such a must as well for us, including all of the government in the worldwide, to come up with a compatible solution in order to prevent the effects of the air transboundary pollution. And in this occasion, ladies and gentlemen, let me highlighting few of the points which also representing the international agreement that have been successfully prevent the air transboundary pollution. Firstly, it's also called as the Long Range Transboundary Pollution Agreement, and secondly, it's also known as the European Monitoring and Evaluation Program, and the third one is the Asian Agreement on Transboundary Haze Pollution, followed by the fourth one is Rio Declaration in 1992, and also lastly is the Stockholm Declaration in the 1997. After that, the other primary solution that also can be conducted started from ourselves is simply by moving away from the fossil fuels, using the eco-friendly transportation, supporting the green building, and the most importantly, I am Sherina Putri Hamid. As the Asian citizen, I would like to urge all of the worldwide countries to stop burning the trees, stop deforestation, and let's save the earth. I am Sherina Putri Hamid. Thank you so much.